Hi Aquarius, welcome to your February 2019 love reading. It's Raina here. I'm starting this reading over again because as I was putting out the cards, I noticed there were a couple of cards that were not with the deck, so I don't do readings like that. And it was funny because the first three cards were all Major Arcana cards, so it was pretty funny. Here's another one. Okay. Put these to the side. So the heart of the matter is the Wheel of Fortune, which is a card of cycles in life. As I record this, it is January 20th, the night of the lunar eclipse, blood moon, supermoon in Leo. Leo is your opposite sign. So with that polarity, the first and seventh houses are activated for you. So this is occurring, and I'm saying it in the present tense because, you know, that's what it is to me. But by the time you may be, if you're watching this in late January or February, it will have occurred, and it will be in your seventh house of committed partnership, this lunar eclipse. So with the Wheel of Fortune, it can mean that there are different cycles in life. The eclipses connect with the transing north and south nodes, and they also indicate cycles. You know, astrology is about cycles. And so if there are any Aquarians who have in the last couple of years been impacted potentially negatively, I suppose, because most people are going to be concerned with that angle. Understand that your life is full of cycles, and there's nothing wrong with that. These eclipses exist as change agents, and you may say, but I don't want to change, and that's part of the problem. If you don't want to change, you can't grow, and you can't do life like that. The universe won't let you not grow. So something eventually happens when we don't take immediate action. The action is taken for us. And the people that I think ride the waves of this most successfully are the people who do not react to change and do not get freaked out by it, and are willing to accept whatever comes down the pike. They're not trying to fight the current, in other words. The Wheel of Fortune is connected to Jupiter, which is the sign that rules Sagittarius, so I would connect it to Sagittarius as well, if that's somebody that you're interested in or that you're dealing with. But even if you're single and you're looking for someone, just understand that there is a time and a season for everything. So even if your timing, you know, you feel like it's time that you want to have a relationship, the universe may have other plans for you. So on a certain level, you have to be willing to accept that. And some people really aren't. Some people are very defiant about change and feel like, hey, what, you know, why should I? And that's not the proper attitude. We should always have a sense of wanting to, you know, do what we can do. But then on the other hand, I think it's important to go with the flow when it seems like it's not, what we do isn't working out for us. So in the past position, we have the Nine of Pentacles, And there are several pentacles in this reading, so I don't know if there is a Virgo person. I'm saying Virgo because the number 9, that's the 9th month, and this is earth energy. Taurus is another earth sign, as well as Capricorn. And this can also be a situation where this card is connected to being self-supporting financially. So this may be a status that you have recently obtained for yourself. And the Wheel of Fortune can just simply be that you are experiencing a lot of maybe career success, just in your life success, and maybe you want somebody to share it with. You may be financially comfortable and you want to share your life because you've taken care of your career ambitions and now you're ready. I just did a reading for Capricorn and I got something similar, so maybe it's Capricorn that you're interested in. This higher message is the 8 of Wands, and this is a card of a lot of things coming, I think, at once, and maybe a lot of back and forth, a lot of offers. But this is something that may be kind of like, whenever I talk about this card, I always am trying to remember this term in physics. It's potential energy, is that the name of it? But it's like when, you know, you are maybe waiting for something, and you want something, but for some reason it seems like it's blocked, and then all of a sudden it gets to that point of critical mass, and then all hell breaks loose, so to speak. And then everything is happening. It seems like it goes from inertia or just inactivity to like all kinds of activities. So if, you know, this is a spiritual message. So if you have felt that your love life has been stalling out for some reason, have faith. Don't think that it means that it's always going to be like this. You may find that all of a sudden you have all this, maybe multiple people that are interested in you. This is associated with fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius, again, one of the fire signs, in Leo, your opposite sign. And it could be that, you know, the lull in the action will lead to the opposite, which is a lot of things happening, and you have to be prepared for that, because the funny thing about it is you might then be too overwhelmed and not be interested. But this is a good thing, because it can hit you all at once, and maybe it's just with one person, but it's back and forth, and it's like, it could be that the other person wants to really push things quickly, especially I could see like an Aries person, if it's an Aries, and they want to just like, hey, let's move in together after 3 weeks. And you have to be the one to put on the brakes, because this other person may not know what brakes are. So it's important to approach this with a sense of caution, because you may get carried away by the passion, by the enthusiasm of this influence in your life. What crosses you is represented by the 5 of Pentacles. So talking about the past position, I mentioned an earth sign, so maybe that's an ex, and that person perhaps is not a good match for you, and you may be tempted to go back with this person. We are having a Mercury retrograde in March, and it could be a time when, you know, people from the past come back, call you up, and you know, if it's been a minute or so, you might be, you know, or maybe quite a while, you might have forgotten about some of the bad stuff and are considering going back to that person. But the person, and who knows, maybe even the Eight of Wands could be that same person. Usually earth energy is not that persistent, or I mean that interested in doing things so rashly. So perhaps it's another individual. But if it is this person, and maybe they, you know, I don't know, have a moon in Aries or Mars in Aries, like a Taurus person, you may get swept away by it. But you have to have a cool head, but also with the Five of Pentacles, look out for your negative mindset, and how does that play into your ability to attract a relationship. I'm not saying you have one, but if you feel that you do tend to see the glass half empty, since I'm reading this for Sun in Aquarius, if you have Mercury in Capricorn or Pisces, this may be more prevalent or something that's more likely to occur, and you have to kind of put a stop to those thoughts, and you have to challenge them. That's the best way. I don't believe in just like trying to not think. I don't think that that's really how it works, but just like questioning your thoughts. Don't just like believe everything you think. And, you know, because Aquarius is an air sign, you tend to really be attached to your thoughts and thoughts in general. And thoughts are not necessarily all that good, you know. Sometimes thoughts can be destructive. Your mind can work against you sometimes, so you have to take it with a grain of salt and realize that everything you think isn't necessarily beneficial. What is coming in is represented by the World card. Now, the World card, this is the last card of the major arcana, so it points to closure. It points to the end of a cycle. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. We're talking about with the Wheel of Fortune. We're talking about cycles and the end of a cycle. This is your solar return. So it's a new cycle when you have your birthday. And yet you're leaving behind the past year, the past solar cycle. So this may be, you know, when you have your birthday, that'll start a new cycle. So what have you learned in the last 12 months? What can you apply to your pursuit of finding a relationship, or if you have one, of keeping a relationship, of making sure that you're in the right relationship? That is the, you know, the wisdom. But also to kind of have those loose ends that may be, you know, in the past, like tied up. They might have something to do with an earth sign individual. Maybe you're still in contact with them, and it makes the other person think that you could possibly get back together. And maybe you want it that way because you want to have them waiting in the wings in case something doesn't work out. Well, that can leave you kind of like still attached, you know, having that energetic cord with that person. The outcome is the Ace of Pentacles, so that does point to a new relationship with somebody. Possibly, you know, maybe this person is an earth sign all along. When I said the Eight of Wands, I thought maybe this could be a fire sign. But this could be like a long-lasting relationship because it's built on something that is solid and you know, reliable. Sometimes, you know, relationships, they're just like they come in very dramatically and they burn out, flame out very quickly because they're not really substantial. This may be a substantial relationship. So that would be good because if that's what you're looking for, then I hope that you find it. Sometimes Aquarians want a relationship that you know, fascinates them, intrigues them, but they might attract a partner who is unstable, who is unreliable. And because you're a fixed sign, I think that you value dependability more than you might even realize on a conscious level. Okay, that's what I have for you, Aquarius. If you enjoyed this and you'd like a private reading, the link is below. Otherwise, have a great February. Bye.